In this episode of My Awkward, or Na, we dive deeper into S's awkward yet endearing personality and the growing emotional connection between her and her junior. This episode beautifully blends comedy, subtle romance, and heartfelt family moments, giving us more insight into why is the way she is and how her awkwardness often hides her gentle nature. The story begins with a lighthearted moment at work. As usual, slips into her local dialect when she's flustered, something that always catches his attention. He's fascinated by how her accent appears whenever she's emotional, though he's careful not to tease her too much about it. They notice this dynamic too, wondering if might have gotten on her bad side again, but rather than being angry is simply embarrassed, her natural expressions revealing more of her roots than she intends. Later reflects on how rarely he hears her dialect and how it makes her seem more human, more real, and somehow even. As they continue their day, we see small glimpses of their workplace camaraderie, casual teasing, light misunderstandings, and the way they both clearly look out for each other. The episode shifts to a more personal tone when receives constant messages from her mother. She complains about how her parents can be overbearing, calling even during work hours, but gently reminds her that parents just worry because they care. In a rare moment of self-awareness, scolds herself internally for sounding harsh again, lamenting that she could have phrased things more kindly. Her Kyushu dialect slips out again and catches it, teasing her softly. Their banter feels warm and familiar, an unspoken closeness forming between them. Later mentions that he plans to visit his parents for the weekend, is surprised to learn his is so close. She jokes about how having nearby parents can be both a blessing and a hassle, while secretly feeling relieved that her own family lives far away in Kyushu. The topic of family clearly stirs emotions for her, perhaps a mix of affection, nostalgia, and a bit of guilt. We then see shopping at a local supermarket, enjoying the freedom of living alone. She muses about the small joys of adulthood, buying what she wants when she wants, and takes quiet pride in her independence. But just as she's lost in thought, she unexpectedly runs into their surprise encounter leads to a string of adorably awkward exchanges. She's flustered to be caught buying a pre-made bento, afraid he'll realize she can't cook. Meanwhile, he's just happy to see her outside of work. When mentions cooking his own meals, tries to play it cool, pretending she's a capable cook too. He tells her he admires people who can cook well, but that he also finds it endearing when someone tries hard to improve for another person. His comment leaves her momentarily speechless, her cheeks reddening as she quickly changes the topic. It's a quiet, romantic undertone, showing how both of them are beginning to see each other differently. The next day at work, notices has a small paper cut. He fusses over her, but she brushes it off again, slipping into her local dialect. He smiles, realizing how much he enjoys these tiny glimpses of her real self. Their exchange is cut short when his mother calls again, leading to a hilariously awkward moment. Her mom casually asks if she's dating anyone, catching her completely off guard. Flustered, blurts out that she already has a boyfriend without thinking. The situation spirals quickly. Her mother becomes excited and insists on meeting this mysterious boyfriend soon. Panics, overhears part of the conversation, and realizing her dilemma, offers to pretend to be her boyfriend for the visit. Hesitates but reluctantly agrees, seeing no better option. It's a classic romantic comedy setup, but the dialogue keeps it fresh and grounded. That evening, they plan their relationship story. They decide how long they've supposedly been dating, 4 months, conveniently matching how long they've known each other in real life. Even asks about her hobbies to make their story believable. Embarrassed but honest, admits she likes video games. He lights up, revealing he's currently playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The two geek out over their shared hobby, laughing naturally. It's a small but meaningful connection, two people who rarely open up finally sharing something genuine. When the day of the family dinner arrives, is a nervous wreck. She worries about how her mother will act, how will handle it, and how to keep up the act without it falling apart. But the moment her mother arrives, impresses her with his polite manners and calm demeanor. The mother is kind, funny, and a bit overbearing, constantly reminiscing about S's childhood, including embarrassing stories of her crying while eating spicy ramen, but finds it adorable. The dinner takes an emotional turn when the mother opens up about S's past. She explains that her daughter wasn't always so strict and serious. As a child, she was shy and sweet, but after an accident at school where a classmate got hurt during practice, started blaming herself. She began taking responsibility for everything, becoming more controlling and stern as a defense mechanism. It wasn't that she wanted to be harsh, she just didn't want anyone to get hurt again. Her mother's story reveals the heart behind S's awkward personality, a person who's been carrying guilt and trying too hard to be perfect. Hearing this is visibly moved. He tells her mother that he could never dislike. He admits that while she might seem tough on the outside, she's actually kind, patient, and caring in her own clumsy way. He recalls how she scolds him only to protect him from making mistakes and how she praises him when he improves. His sincerity touches both mother and daughter deeply. After dinner, the mother thanks privately for playing along and for being such a good influence. She reveals that she knows the truth, that they're not actually dating because she overheard him calling. Still, she's genuinely grateful that someone kind is looking out for her daughter. As they part ways, she tells him to continue being there for her in whatever way he can. It's a quiet, heartfelt moment that shows her trust in him. The next day treats to lunch as thanks for helping her. They share a meal, and in a cute twist, he offers to eat the tomato she can't finish, something small but intimate. When she uses another local phrase, he immediately explains its meaning, proving he's been studying her dialect to understand her better. She blushes, caught between embarrassment and admiration. Their teasing continues, but beneath it all is a clear bond forming. The episode closes with a soft, reflective montage. Thinks about everything that's happened, her family, her dialect, her awkwardness, and realizes that being herself isn't such a bad thing. This acceptance has slowly allowed her to drop her walls. Meanwhile, he looks at her with quiet affection, grateful for the moments they've shared. My Awkward Episode 7 beautifully captures the warmth of everyday connections, the humor, the misunderstandings, and the gentle comfort of being seen for who you really are. Beneath the comedy lies a touching story about communication, vulnerability, and love spoken not through grand gestures, but through the small, awkward, and sincere moments that bring people closer.